So the Texas flood debts are coming in for this year. The tropical season officially begins. Yeah, so you can feel like the energy about to erupt. But you also feel that there's dark energy. You also feel that there's an evil descending. So you can also feel like simultaneously that there's a positive energy in the world, but you can also feel that there's an evil energy in the world descending at the same time. Or at least that's what I'm sensing. Yeah, so I feel like all this negative energy is going down. And then, yeah, all this positive energy is going down at the same time. Maybe they're battling for dominance, which will win good and evil. So, but the forces are forming, though. You can feel that. Like the armies of good and evil are like forming and about to do war. So people can feel that. Or think if they're in tune. Yeah, so this LA shit, LA's on fire again. Damn. Now, why would there be summer riots? People finished up their college exams and now they like looking for something to do during the summer? No, I don't think it's that. You know, there could be a more sinister reason why there are riots during the summer. And that reason might just be geopolitical or nationally political. The reason why I say that is that it's like summer of riots has become almost synonymous with America. But it usually happens, at the same time, like it's funded by George Soros and the left, George and Alex Soros, his son, and the Clintons and the Obamas, to cause chaos and unrest during Donald Trump's presidency so that they can retake power. So I know that might seem like a sinister, almost conspiracy theory, but to me that's like, I've been thinking about it more and more. Like, I've been thinking, do these George Soros, the man broke the back of England. Do you think he's not trying to manipulate Americans too? And cause chaos and disruption in America? Of course he is. I mean, he's about to pass away. So he's hoping maybe his son can be his shadow, I guess. Do his will from beyond the grave, I suppose. But and how is that Hungarian fucker still living? I mean, he's like 96, but yeah, I mean, I guess he's stolen a lot of money throughout his life in his corrupt and evil career. But it's almost like something satanic with Soros. It's like he's got, Lucifer's immortality thing keeping him alive as long as he gives his soul to Satan. Yeah, unusually long life, right? Like the vial from death becomes her, or it's like the in the secret society, or it's like the secret satanic occult society, or it's like how the Ring of Power in the Lord of the Rings, it gives the wearer or the keeper of the ring unusually long life, so because of its evil power. Yeah, that was on like Coast to Coast Radio, Art Bell, and he was famous for doing like paranormal, and paranormal and UFO and ghosts and all that stuff, spiritual stuff, and occult, paranormal, etc. Just anything on the fringe, science fringe. Anything X-Files related he was doing. And I remember one time he said, what if they got some of that potion, they got some of that vial from Death Becomes Her and the secret society. That's why he's living so long. In Death Becomes Her, the people, if you can afford it, you can have eternal life if you can buy the potion, and you become part of this cult that lives forever secretly. And has like Isabella Rossellini. She gets butt naked a lot in movies, but in this one, it's fucking awesome. Like it's like so amazing, like a diva dominatrix. Like it's kicking, and she's like, you see her ass cheeks, and she's butt naked in the pool, and everything's like super sexy. But the whole movie's good, besides Isabella Rossellini butt naked. There's other things you might want to see. Even though, if you haven't seen Isabella Rossellini bare-ass naked in a movie, you haven't missed out on something glorious. So, yeah, it's suspicious that these riots happen It's like it's suspicious two things. It happens during Donald Trump's presidency, and then number two that's suspicious about it is that it always happens during the summer. And so my theory to make this theory make sense even more. Okay, so you cause unrest during the summer, so people go into the fall, and what is fall sometimes? Voting. So planned chaos, planned riots and disruption. This time, it's not in the riots are not in the name of racial justice or anything like that, or George Floyd riots. These disturbances, they're over immigration, illegal immigration, and deportations of illegal immigrants and gangbangers and criminals. So, I guess the left is trying to make this their humanitarian cause. You know, like. I don't know. This time it might backfire on him because it's not like George Floyd. You know, this one's kind of pushing it. Yeah, kind of pushing it with Mexican takeover of California, succession, you know, insurrection. This time they're really, really pushing it bad. Yeah, this one actually looks like it's going to backfire because it's like people. It looks ridiculous. People. Marching with Honduran and Salvadorian and Mexican and Palestinian flags everywhere. It just looks dumb. I mean, in the United States of America, for Christ's sakes. So, yeah, I said before, good luck with that because I don't think their insurrection riot. It could, if it's well funded, last long. But you know, there's already National Guard troops. And fucking Gavin Newsom doesn't have the power to send him away. And then they have fucking Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump are talking about sending out Marines. You know, sending out Marines. Yeah, it's about to get real over there in LA. Yeah, I mean, I hope the situation doesn't escalate into some sort of, you know, violent, even more violent thing, you know, violent incident. So I'm hoping that the National Guard and the LAPD and so forth can disperse this obviously Soros or Democrat Party funded chaos. So they want to make Trump synonymous with chaos, you know, and then. And then I suppose the Democrats think that they're going to retake the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Congress in 2026. That's what I guess their plan is. I guess cause disruption and chaos in Trump's presidency, like the Summer of Love, George Floyd in 2020, and then try to retake the Congress. When you have control of the Congress, you have power. You have control of the money, and you have control of the money. You have all the power. And you know, all that old story. Same old story, same old song and dance, my friends. Aerosmith. And even though I suspect the same old story, same old song and dance was like probably a black song. Yeah, I would imagine it was an old black blues song. I'm taking a wild guess because it sounds kind of old timey. Same old story, same old song and dance, my friend. Yeah, I mean, they might have wrote it. It sounds kind of a little bit too, it doesn't sound really like an Aerosmith song. It sounds like a blues cover, like an old black song. black blues, Oh, some of that shit. Yeah, so chaos. What does David Icke say? The conspiracy theorist. It's like chaos, control. No, it's that's not what it is. It's problem, reaction, solution. He has like all the conspiracies, like everything that happens into the crisis reaction solution scenario. Yeah, that makes me laugh. So what David Icke is trying to say is that elites are planning all of these events. They're not just spontaneously a bunch of people get mad because Trump is deporting the 10 to 12 million illegal aliens that Biden-Harris let in here in their atrocious administration. Deporting illegals is like reverse Pokemon. You're trying to get rid of instead of collect them all. It's like get rid of them all, not collect them all. When you think about it, that is a genius marketing strategy. Collect them all. And then you just keep on coming out with new Pokemon monsters, creatures. So a lot of shit going on, a lot of shit going down, and then it's about to flood in Houston, Texas. So we're off to a wham bam start here in June. No terrorist attacks yet? No terrorist attacks. That's good though. Are there no terrorist attacks? No. Yeah, there was a terrorist attack. Oops. Silly me. I said no terrorist attacks. No, we have a terrorist attack and a riot. Yeah, there's the Boulder, Colorado. Oops. Okay. All right, so we've had a terrorist attack. I was about to say, hey, we haven't had any terrorist attacks, right? And then it just like hit me. That doesn't sound right. And then, I was like, oh yeah, there's the guy from Egypt. Soleimani, Muhammad. Okay, so terrorist attack already. Riots. And then we're going to go to flood. Part 3, flood. Here we go into part 3. Washout flood. Yeah. In Houston, Texas anyway. I do find it ironic that a lot of the places, like California, with the least rainfall amounts, that's where the most riots and wildfires and riots with fires happen. If it rained more, it'd be hard for rioters to riot. But California is like, unfortunately, the perfect place to riot because it doesn't rain as much. Yeah, maybe Houston isn't the best place to riot because it does get a heat dome that sticks around maybe for a week, 2 weeks. It could go as long as a month. So I'm not saying that arsonists don't ever go to town when there's a drought month or a drought season in some parts in Texas. But yeah, it's not that people can't riot in Texas. It's just the weather might on the coast ruin the rioters' plans or the arsonist plans. I'm sure most arsonists they try to go to the desert and they go out west. They don't live on the Gulf Coast, as it were, the coastal plain, the tropics. How's the arson terror business? It rains too much. The tropical climate. It's hard to be an arsonist in Antarctica, you know? So if the riots in LA continue, then I'll go ahead and we'll have one party night this week if we have power. If we're not flooded out or the power grid went down. And we'll do the Battle of Los Angeles. I'll play the whole record. And or try to do some karaoke. Some drunk karaoke there. Rage Against the Machine. What do they have? It's Rage Against the Machine, like so it's called like Evil Empire. That's one album. And then I bought the Battle of Los Angeles. Yeah. No, I don't share any political beliefs with members of the Rage Against the Machine, Alex De La Roca and Tom Morello and all that. But I enjoy their music. It's entertaining. It's like it's kind of like social justice music before social justice music. Yeah, it was like early social justice music or whatever. It's mostly that they made like pretty good. I don't know. Sometimes the band I feel is like really prophetic, like it sees the future. Especially the album, The Battle of Los Angeles. So. Maybe some people say, oh, that's hardly prophetic because there was the Rodney King riots in 1992. Yeah, maybe it's not as prophetic as what I'm saying, but the Battle of Los Angeles, wow. I hope they're not right about that in the coming days. I would hate to see anybody get hurt, especially on the law enforcement side. All right, into the flood we go. Into the I guess fourth day of LA riots. All right. Calm like a bomb. Alex De La Roca does a lot of good, like, You know, he's pretty good at doing the, when he's doing his music, singing. Yeah. He does a fair, yeah. Not all singers have a real good, but he does actually. So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, when I worked at this movie theater, so the guys, to bond with each other, a guy would say, if a new male employee came in, they said, "Hey, are you into circle jerks?" No, that's what they said. No, it was here's the usual thing if a male came into the movie theater, that we would say to get it's like breaking the ice. It's like there's somebody new and you want to like start conversation. Well, the first thing you would say is, "Hey, are you a queer?" No, you don't start off like that. No, you say, "Hey man, do you know anybody that sells weed?" No, actually, the question you would ask is this. The real question you would say is, "Hey, what kind of music do you like?" And that's the icebreaker we used. For Logan, this new kid, back then, he was a new kid on the job. So the new kids on the block. New kid on the job. Yeah. "Hey, Logan, what kind of music you like?" And he goes, "Anything that kicks ass." That made all of our friends laugh. Anything that rocks fucking ass. Yeah. It's like, wow. And then I worked with this one guy named Brad. He was always talking about Slipknot, like all the time. I'm kind of a Slipknot fan, but I'm not really like the biggest Slipknot fan. But he was always like, "Slipknot," like grunting and stuff. I was like, okay, whatever. He would just be like, "Slipknot," and I'd be like, "Slipknot." I wasn't really that into it, but whatever. Everybody has their thing. Everybody has their things. Slipknot. fun summer of ahead. A summer of love again, just like the baby boomers, just like the good old days. The summer of love, 1967. Yeah. The summer of eternal love begins. Ah, the excitement. Just like 1967 all over again. All that love. Ah, I can feel the peace and harmony building. Being facetious. Ha 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 ha. That was really sarcastic. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my boomer parents, they still like wall clocks, and they love like grandfather clocks, and they just still love clocks. I'm not, I don't mind having a lot of clocks around, but I'm not like where I'm nostalgic for clocks really, like non-digital clocks. So, I mean, I feel the nostalgia for that a little bit, but not as much as some older generations. I mean, I would still prefer buying butter from the store than the butter churner. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, that was a little better. All right, yeah. So, God bless the best of success. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. Yeah, I just had a musical thought, but it kind of turned into like this stuff. So, but that's fine. It was just a thought experiment anyway. Peace.